Hello, my name's David Charles, International Psychic Medium. Today I'm doing a favourite reading for you that everyone likes, and it's called What Is He Really Thinking About Me? What does he really think about me? Or she, of course, it could be a lady. It's a pick a card reading. We have 4 packs, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'd like you to choose 1, 2, 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 of them if you want. You can have all 4 if you want, but pick one at least, if you would, and use your intuition or your favourite number or the feelings inside and go for 1, 2, 3 or 4. And this is a timeless reading, as I'm sure you know. So if you pick number 1, I'll put these 3 up there out of the way a minute. 2, 3 and 4. We'll start with number 1. I'll put the timestamps below so you can go straight to your number. You haven't got to watch all the others if you don't want to. And so a timeless reading means that you can find this reading today, next week, or 5 years from now. It makes no difference. You'll find this reading when your spirit guides want you to find it. So if you pick number 1 and you've chosen it from these hundreds of cards here, there's hundreds, then there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It may not all resonate with you. Some of it may and some of it won't. And it's called, What Does He Really Think of Me? What is he really feeling or thinking of me? And I haven't done this since about 6 weeks ago. So I know you like this one, a lot of you, so I'll do it again now and see if it's changing. And so at the end of the reading, do 4 oracle cards to see if they back up what I said, and then I'll give you 6 lucky numbers, magic numbers chosen by me just a few minutes ago with my spirit guides to help you with lotteries and that sort of thing, but of course you must gamble safely. So if you chose number 1, let's tell you the negatives first, and you may be able to see the cards. I'm trying to film them these days with this gadget up here. And we have some negatives. A lot of you look a bit trapped. A lot of you feel stuck in the relationship you may be in at the moment, or that you want to move it to another level and it's not going somewhere. So as I said, it won't apply to all of you. None of this will apply to all of you. Take in what does, ignore what doesn't. So if you're feeling a bit trapped, it could be because there's problems that you're ignoring and there's something that you're putting off. Is that right, number 1? Am I right? Let me know in the comments below. I can see that you haven't had it easy recently. In fact, I don't think you've had it easy ever, because there's signs here that you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of tough times in your life, a lot of you, and you're waiting for something to pay you back. And the good news is that it will soon. Your stress levels are high, which applies to almost every reading I do these days. But again, good news, number 1, your stress levels will be going down soon, especially if there's children around. There's somebody around you, number 1, who I don't think can be trusted. Now, this could be the man or lady we're looking at, but it could be someone linked to your earthly life, like your career or the way you generally earn your living. In other words, anything but your love life. Your earthly life is the more down-to-earth stuff. And somebody around there is not trustworthy, so be careful. But it could be a lover. I just think more likely not the lover, so let's hope not. There is a possible loss in this reading, as you may have spotted the 5 of Pentacles. Some of you know about tarot cards. And that can indicate a loss sometimes. But luckily, most losses in psychic readings are the avoidable kind, so it means be careful with your money, valuables, possessions, but it can mean losing your lover, losing each other, falling out, or drifting apart, or it can mean never getting close in the first place, which would be a shame. So I think your stress levels are going down. I think you've been suffering from anxiety, worrying about things, particularly where this man or lady is concerned. There seems to be an indication that this man or lady, a bit like the sea, is got either high tide or low tide, and he seems to swing, or she, between one and the other. One day he's all there and all for it. The next day you don't know where you stand with him or her. So they're a bit like the tides, I always think. They go in and out, and they're a bit indecisive or non-committal. And some people have a fear of commitment, of course, because they've been hurt in the past. Is that the case, number 1? Let me know in the comments. I can see you've still got the effects of previous romances, if that's what we're looking at. I mean, we may be looking at your brother. It doesn't have to be a romantic reading, but most of it will be. But you've still got the effects of previous letdowns, number one. People have let you down in the past, and people say to me, well, everybody has. But not everybody has. But I think a lot of you number ones out there have been hurt in the past. You're still reeling from it, you're defensive, but it's making you feel stuck in a rut. Almost like standing on tar or wet tar or treacle or something like that. However, the negatives are going away. Let's tell you the positives. It comes up in all the readings. There's a pregnancy in the reading. I know you'll think, well, it always does, but lots of people get pregnant, so they do come up a lot. There's a pregnancy, as depicted sometimes by the Ace of Wands. And any ace in a reading means a new beginning. And of course, it can mean the end of an era as well. So a new beginning means a fresh start. But mostly with the Wands, again, it's usually about the earthly life rather than the love life. But it can be both. So new beginnings means that you're coming to the end of an era and you're highly fertile, number one. Now that doesn't always mean babies. Fertility, as I often say to you, means things taking off, things growing, things expanding, and lots of exciting stuff coming up. Now you may have spotted the Major Arcana Star card there. The Star card, you can see the lady has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. She's a spiritual creature. She's capable of intuitive feelings, and she may indicate a guide around you, number one. And this guide could be with you right now. It could be a man or a woman. It could be somebody you've lost or something that you feel inside. But it means to me that some of you are quite psychic. Most people have psychic ability, and 90% of people ignore it because they think it's coincidental, especially the blokes out there. But you have psychic ability, number one, and maybe it's time that you used it. Go with your feelings more. Trust the feelings inside you. You may have seen the Hanged Man here. This is what from the Major Arcana again. Hanging upside down, not looking too happy about it. This indicates the struggles and upsets you've had in the past, but all the other cards around it indicate that that's coming to an end. And you may have spotted the Wheel of Fortune, which is the right way up, from the Major Arcana again. The Wheel of Fortune means today, because it does depend on what surrounds it. Today it means that your psychic stuff is getting higher and you're heading for a run of good luck, number one, a run of good fortune, for a change. So, with all psychic readings, not just this one, if the spirit world predict good fortune, it has to be spotted. It's not automatic. It will come to you in the form of offers, sometimes job offers, sometimes romantic offers, but it comes in the form of offers. So look out for something that you feel with your intuition, the Star card, will change your life for the better. And if it does, then have a go at it. Don't be reckless. Don't be daft, but take a bit of a risk. Be a bit risky. Watch out who you're trusting. Expect a run of good fortune and don't miss it. But be careful with valuables, possessions, your wallet, your handbag, your purse, credit cards, anything like that. Don't lend people money. I always say that. Don't lend people money at the moment because you'll lose it. And don't lend people your CD player or anything else for that matter. Keep your doors locked. Keep your car locked, especially if it's a bit of a fraught area where things go wrong. Anything to do with children in the reading indicate that your stress levels are going down, as I mentioned at the beginning. So that looks good. Let's take a look now before your lucky numbers. Don't go without your lucky numbers. We'll look at some oracle cards. There's 4 of them for each reading, and see if they back up what I've told you. And please subscribe to my channel, and please share me with your friends, and comment below, and I'll answer all my comments if I get a chance. There's sometimes quite a lot of them, and it's lovely to hear your comments. See if any of this feels right. Tell me below in the comments. I read them all, every single one of them. Your first card, and these have been shuffled, is an earth card. Looks like a tree, looks like an oak tree. Looks like the setting sun, but it could be the rising sun, I suppose. Now this card says, let's get my glasses. Give yourself permission to heal and it will come. Give yourself permission to heal. I think it's saying to you, remove the borders, the barriers that surround you. Free the shackles. Stop walking on mud and like treacle, like you're getting nowhere. Allow yourself to heal. Let the hurt of the past subside and be a bit, well, not risky, but what it's saying to you is not everybody is going to hurt you. There are a lot of people that will out there, we know that. But they're not all bad, and I feel that the spirits are saying something good is coming. So allow yourself to accept it, if that's the right word. This one's a water card, and it's the same, the model on the back is the model on the front. If you can see that on you may be on a small device. It's asking a question, things not turning out how you'd hoped, try to see the positives of the situation. The title of this reading is, what is he feeling about me now? And it means now, because we do this reading every 6 weeks or so. What is he feeling about me now? To me, it feels as though if you allow yourself, if it's a love thing we're looking at, as I said, it could be your brother or sister or anyone, but if it's a love thing, then the spirit world is saying, allow the hurt of the past to go. Just be cautious, but don't be really paranoid that you're going to get hurt by everyone you meet, because you're not. And this person, he or she, is waiting patiently for you to allow them in. It won't be right with all of you, I know, but some of you this is the case. So the person I'm picking up here, I can tell you now, is not a dodgy character. That would be all over this if he was or she. It's not someone who's a naughty person. So it seems to me that he or she is thinking that they wish you would lower your defense mechanism a bit. Just lower the guard a bit. Don't lower it completely. Next one's another water card. What's this one say? The splash of water, freeze frame, macro photography. Very nice. What's it say? You're more powerful than you realise. It is safe for you to be powerful. So, it's backing up what I said. It means that you have this person who's being patient for a lot of you, and you have the power. It's up to you. You can say, go away and stay stuck in your rut, or stuck in your feelings of entrapment, imprisonment, or you can take a bit of a chance and let them in. It's okay for you to be powerful. You have the power. It's probably a wrong word, but you have the ability. The choice is yours, number one. Think it over. Do you want to take a chance? The reading shows good fortune, so I think for lots of you, you should. And then you won't feel stuck in a rut, like that there card says there. You can see on the monitor, I hope. Right, this one's a fire card. Somebody, I always get annoyed with this, they set fire to a rose. As I said before, for artistic purposes, I think. See the light within yourself, and everyone else will too. See the light within yourself. So it's not all doom and gloom. The spirit world is saying, see the light within yourself. See the psychic side you have. If you have psychic ability, number one, you will almost certainly have healing ability as well. So you could do Reiki, aromatherapy, acupuncture, any of those things if you wanted to later on at some point in your life. See the light inside yourself. Have more confidence. Not everyone's out to get you or hurt you when it comes to romance, if that's what we're looking at here. And one more, no, that will do for the oracle card. Now I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers. These lucky numbers were chosen by me with my spirit guides just before we started filming today. And these numbers could change your life forever. So let me know if you win the jackpot, the lottery. I always say, I promise I won't tell anyone. Put it in the notes below. Nobody will see it, really. So you could become a millionaire. And these numbers could change your life forever. They may be familiar. They may be birthdays you notice, or car number plates you've had, addresses you've lived at. They may be not familiar at all, but they could be very important. As I repeat, if you're going to gamble with these numbers, do it responsibly, as we'll all get into trouble, okay? This is your 6 numbers, number 1, and the first one is number 1. Number 3, 20, 31, 38, and 39. Do they ring any bells? Let me know in the comments. Could be your birthday, could be the day you had your first child, could be a wedding day or an engagement or a divorce day. Let me know in the comments. Good luck with the lucky numbers, gamble safely, and as I said, they could change your life. Please share me with your friends on social media. Subscribe and click the bell icon and you'll get notified every time I upload another reading or any readings or any other things. And it's been so lovely talking to you, number one, and I'll get ready for number two. So remember, number one, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And I love every one of you. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Thank you for staying with me. If you chose number two, this one is for you. This is a timeless reading, I think I said, and it means you can find it today, next week, next year, 10 years from now. It makes no difference. You'll find this reading when your spirit guides want you to find it. And you've chosen it from hundreds of cards, all these little cards here. So these are yours, and there must be, or there will be, a message in here for you somewhere. It may not all resonate with you, number two, but stick with me because some of it will. And don't forget, at the end of this, I'm going to give you 6 magic numbers, 6 lucky numbers that could change your life forever. You could become a millionaire, you could win the lottery, you could win at the casino, you could use them for other things. But we'll do this reading, then we do some oracle cards to see if they back up what I've told you, and then your lucky numbers. And I always say, please gamble safely. So let's tell you the negatives. This reading is called What Does He Really Think of Me Now? Which I do about every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks. About 6 weeks that I did this, so it's very popular, so I'll keep doing it because things change, of course. So let me tell you the negatives, number two, and the negatives indicate depression. For some of you have been a bit down. Some of you have been a bit fed up. And depression may not be the right word for all of you, but some of you have been a bit low. And tears are in the reading, and as I say every time, tears can be symbolic. It can mean that you've been crying over spilt milk. You may have seen this card before. It's the Devil card from the Major Arcana. This card, depending on what surrounds it, usually means temptation. That you'll be tempted to do something that you wouldn't normally do. That you'll be tempted to do something naughty. Of course, it doesn't mean that you'll do it, but it's a warning that temptation is coming. And I always say that I believe temptation is given to us to see how we react, almost like it's testing us out. And do we pay for it later, I wonder? Let me have your comments below. Do we pay in the next life? Please comment below because it's interesting, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much to all of my lovely subscribers out there, over 10,000 now, and all over the world, and I thank you so much because you're part of our little family, our community. So the negatives, what does he think about me now? Well, we could be looking at a lover. We could be looking at your dad or your son, or it could be a lady. It doesn't have to be a bloke, it could be a lady. What does he or she really think of you? Well, temptation is in the reading, so they may be fearing that you may be tempted to stray. Doesn't mean that you will, as I said. That's something that they may be feeling. I'll try and pick up what else is coming through later. I'm not getting it yet, but I will, I'm sure. But it seems to me, this may not be negative, but I think, number two, you're considering walking away. And it can be that you're considering leaving this person or going to new ground and searching for someone new, perhaps. As I always say, it doesn't mean you'll do it, but you're thinking about it. And this could be the temptation that you're being shown. Are you thinking of dumping somebody, as they put it, or ghosting somebody? Or has this somebody done it to you? I think this person is feeling for you that, well, I think he's not sure, he or she is completely unsure of your feelings for him. And you're not being completely open. That's what he feels. Doesn't mean you're not, but it means that they feel that you're not being too committal at the moment, and which is a shame. There are some signs here, number two, that you're not looking after yourself, as depicted by the Major Arcana. Temperance card. Remember the temperance movement in the old days in America? Stopping people drinking, or trying to. Temperance means don't overdo it, don't overdrink, don't overeat, or don't eat not enough. In other words, don't become too thin. Look after yourself, have plenty of rest, get plenty of sleep. That's what it means. Don't do excess in all things. Doesn't mean all of you are, but some of you will be. So you're feeling a bit down, some of you, number two. That won't go on forever. There are positives in this reading, and I'll tell you about them in a moment. You may have spotted the World card. This is a positive card. That's from the Major Arcana as well, so you've got a few of them. The World card means the world is your oyster. You can dip in and have a basin full of anywhere you want, or anything you want. So things are picking up. The World card, of course, can mean travel. So you may be travelling or planning to travel later on and making your bookings soon. I think the person we're looking at, if it's a love interest, he or she is wondering why you're hesitant. And they're thinking that you may be considering letting them go, to put it politely, not too bluntly. You may be thinking of ending the romance. As I said, it doesn't mean that you will, but I think some of you are toying with the idea, because the reading is not filled with love and passion until now, because you may have spotted this. The Ace of Cups. See it overflowing. It's overflowing with love. And that, of course, would be the Ace of Hearts. In an ordinary deck of cards, hearts mean love, emotion, feeling. Now, an ace, of course, means, number one, a new beginning. So it can mean a brand new lover for you, number two. It can be a brand new lover. It can be that you're overflowing with love, like a schoolgirl or a schoolboy with a crush. Overflowing with love, passion and desire. A brand new lover is predicted, but of course, I will say, as I always do, it can mean that you're rekindling the love that you already have, that you're switching it on again, and it's almost like a brand new love affair with someone you've known for many years perhaps. So, good stuff. You're getting advice from an older man or lady. There's the Emperor from the Major Arcana again. Arcana means, the word Arcana means secrets. So there's the Minor Arcana, which are these ones. They're the minor secrets. The Major Arcana are the major secrets. I think that some of you are seeing a person and there's an age gap between you. Some of you, not all of you. I think some of you are seeing someone a bit older, or some of you may be seeing someone a bit younger, and you may be concerned about other people's judgment, which is something you must never do. Don't be frightened about age gaps. You don't fall in love with an age, you fall in love with a person, so age is not relevant. So, if you are seeing someone, let me know in the comments below if you are seeing someone with an age gap, or considering it, or considering moving on. And please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and share me with your friends on social media. They'll love me, I know they will. I'm just joking, of course. So you're thinking of giving something up. The positives here indicate some money coming. And you can see by this card that the person is giving the money to the poor. So it can mean that you're being over generous at times, but as I say quite often, you're not going to change that. That's part of your makeup. And it's a nice thing to have. So the world is your oyster. You've got to take it easy. You've got to watch out for temptation. Temptation, sometimes I tell people to go with it. It might be fun. But don't be tempted to do something you may regret later. If you're thinking of dumping someone, I can't think of another way of putting that, letting somebody go, consider it carefully, because you may regret it. In a year or two, you may think, why did we not give it a go? Who knows what may have happened. Look after yourself. If you're planning on holidays or travel abroad, do it. Some of you may be traveling because of your work, of course. But you have here, with this person, if you want them, a rekindling of a romance that could be made like new again. Or this person who's looking at you, lady or gentleman, could be a brand new lover, and they're thinking about, why is she or he a bit hesitant? That's what they're thinking. They don't know the answer. Only you know the answer. Let's take a look at 4 oracle cards and see if they back up what I've told you today. They've all been shuffled. Need the glasses for these. First one is a water card, as depicted by light coming into the ocean, that looks like. Smart photography, that. This one says to you, number 2, somebody wants to help you. Someone wants to help you. Think of who it might be and get in touch. Initiate contact. Somebody, let me know in the comments. Somebody wants to help you. I hope this reading is helping you. Think about who it may be and get in touch with them, because they obviously are thinking about you. And if you have any psychic ability, you may have had them on your mind for a day or two. They may have popped up when you're washing the dishes or something. People's names sometimes occur, and if you have psychic ability, you can think about someone, and within minutes, the phone rings and it's them. Then you'll know they're not always coincidences. Let's take a look at the second one. It's a fire card, as shown by an ocean covered in candles. Good stuff. This one says to you, see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras and visions. As I mentioned just then, you may be a bit psychic, number 2, and I think a lot of you know that already. Let me know in the comments. But see energy in all of its forms, the energy of love in auras, angels and visions. I read that without the glasses then. Are you seeing angels? Are you dreaming of angels? Are you feeling of them around you? Are you seeing auras or visions? Well, I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down there. This one is a fire card again. I love this card because it shows there someone having a campfire in the forest and the northern lights in the background, I think. A lovely photograph. Makes you want to be there. This one says, ignite the fire within you that connects you to the divine. So this is confirming to me, number 2, that lots of you have psychic ability. You may have chosen number 1 and number 2. You can have as many stacks as you want. Ignite the fire that's within you, and it connects you to the divine. It connects you to the divine. How wonderful that is. So, it's burning inside you. Let it rip. Look at your psychic gifts. See things in a spiritual way, and I'm sure lots of you already do. I'm sure you'll tell me below. One more oracle card, then your lucky numbers. Don't go without the lucky numbers. They could make you a millionaire. This one's an earth card. And it's very tiny, but they are actually sunflowers, thousands of them, in a field, possibly France. Do a lot of that there. Heal the critic in your mind and your body will grow stronger every day. So it seems to me that they're saying to you, the spirit world, you're being too critical of yourself. And you need to lay off yourself and ease up. Don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, you're special. Everyone's special, but you are special. Despite what other people may think, or what you think other people may think, you're special, number 2. So, heal the critic in your mind and your body will grow stronger every day. Everything will grow stronger. Don't criticize yourself too much. Now, I think, summing up this reading, the person we're looking at, he or she, for a lot of you it will be a bloke, and for a lot of you it will be romantic. This person's wondering where they stand, really. That's the name of the reading. What does he or she really think about me now? That's why I do the reading regularly, because it's always now. Whenever you find this reading, it could be 10 years' time. They're thinking that they don't know where they stand, a lot of them, and tell me if I'm right in the comments. And let's give you 6 lucky numbers that could change your life forever. They really could. As I said before, if you're going to gamble with these numbers, do it responsibly. Don't get us all into trouble. And these numbers may be familiar. They may be house numbers, wedding dates, anniversaries, birthdays. They may be nothing at all. They could be divorce dates. Let's take a look. Number 2. Your first number is number 12. You may want to write these down. 17, 26, 29, 39 and 41. Do they mean anything? Are they familiar? Let me know in the comments. Could be the day you got married. Could be the day you got divorced. Could be something special. They could be your lucky numbers already. Remember, you don't need all 6. You can just put a couple of them on a casino bet or a horse or something. But they are, I'll give them you again, 12, 17, 26, 29, 39 and 41, chosen by me with my spirit guides before we started filming an hour or so ago. That's all it was. These numbers could change your life. Let me know in the comments if you win millions of pounds. Gamble safely. And please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload another video, which is usually about once a week, twice if I can. And please share me on social media with all your friends, Twitter and Facebook and all that lot. And thank you so much for watching here in beautiful North Devon, not far from the beach and the cliffs and the rocks. It's been lovely talking to you. I hope it helped. Let me know. And remember, number 2, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And I love every one of you. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello, thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 3, this one is for you. As I said before, it's a timeless reading, which means you can find it today, next week, next year, 10 years from now, it makes no difference. You'll find this reading, number 3, when your spirit guides want you to find it. And today you've chosen number 3. There's 8 cards here from hundreds on the table, so there will be a message in here for you somewhere, maybe more than one. So stick with me. Remember, at the end of this reading, as always, I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers that could change your life forever. Lucky numbers that could help you win lotteries or casino things. But as I always say, if you're going to gamble with my numbers, do it responsibly. Don't get into trouble or get any of us into trouble. So stick around for your 6 lucky numbers. This is a timeless reading, pick a card reading. And some of it will resonate with you, some of it may not. So ignore what doesn't and take in what does. You can have more than one stack. You can pick all 4 if you want to. There'll be 4 oracle cards at the end of this to see if they back up what I'm telling you. And then your lucky numbers. You could become a millionaire. So don't go away without your lucky numbers. This reading is called, what is he thinking about me now? What is he or she thinking about me now? You really want to know? Let's find out. I'll tell you the negatives first, and the negatives indicate sleepless nights, worry, anxiety. So if it's a love thing we're looking at for he or she, it could be causing you a bit of stress, a bit of worry, a bit of hardship, a bit of hurt. I'm picking up that somebody in this, if it's a love thing, one of you, possibly he or she, has a bit of a bad temper. Or they can be a bit volatile and unpredictable. They don't mean it, they're harmless. But they can sometimes say things they don't mean without thinking it over first. And then of course they won't be wrong, so they'll say it again. They can't be wrong sometimes. Now, I'm picking up somebody around you who is a bit nasty, a bit spiteful, and they may be causing trouble. It could be mother-in-law, it could be sister-in-law, could be somebody's ex-wife or husband, but there's nastiness in this reading, number 3. Please let me know in the comments if I'm right. So you can avoid that just by knowing that, well, I hope you can anyway. But the reading indicates an ending, which may be a negative, but it can be a positive. That's depicted by, you may have spotted the Death card from the Major Arcana. The Death card does not mean death. It means the end of something, the end of an era. You're reading a book of your life and you've got all these chapters in your life and you're coming to a new chapter tomorrow or the day after and you're closing one chapter of your life and it's exciting because you're opening a new one. So don't think the Death card means bad stuff. In some cases, if you're expecting someone to pass away because they're not well, then it can mean that, but normally that's reserved for the movies from Hollywood and that stuff. So I don't think you're sleeping well. I think you're surrounded by, there's somebody around you who's a bit nasty. There could be more than one of them. If you're a girl, it'll be females. If you're a man, it's going to possibly be blokes or one chap. So watch out for people who are being a bit spiteful. But I'm struggling to see negatives. The question of the reading is, what is he or she, what do they think of you? This reading is not overflowing with love, but we haven't finished yet. As I always say, if love is around you and you're aware of it, then the spirit world won't tell you, because they tend to tell you stuff that you don't already know. So things you don't already know. Now, I don't know if this is positive either, but your life, number 3, is about to speed up, and I mean speed up a lot. You're going to hit the ground running, they say. You better hit the ground running, because things are going to take off, especially around your earthly life. So the person we're looking at could be your earthly friend, it could be a boss or someone like that. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could, as I said in the last reading, be your brother or your sister. But the person may be involved with something that takes your life into a faster pace. So be ready. It seems to me things are about to take off. If it's a romance, it's about to take off. And they're thinking the same as you. I think this person is thinking that you two could be good together, if you'll just give it a chance. It's similar to number 2's reading, but I think this person is very keen. And for most of you, not for all of you. Let me tell you the positives. Well, that is positive. They're very keen. I think some of these people, the man you're looking at, or the lady you're looking at, is quite well off, or linked to money in some way. They could work in a bank, or they could be on accounts. But they're linked to finance and money, but it can mean that they're quite wealthy. Of course, I could be picking up you, number 3. Could you be the one that's quite wealthy or linked to cash and money and finance? You may have spotted the High Priestess from the Major Arcana. This indicates spiritual activity, psychic activity, and possibly that somebody's around you right now that you lost some time ago. It could be a year ago, it could be before you were even born, it could be a grandma you never met or something like that. But I think for a lot of you she's around, and for most of you it is a female. It could be a man for some of you if you're men, but I think if you're a girl watching this, there's a lady in spirit with you now, and she's with you a lot. And she's one of your main guides. You'll have dozens of guides, but she is one of your main guides. Let me know in the comments if I've got that right, and tell me if you know who she is. I love hearing your comments, and I answer all of them if I get a chance. And there can be a lot. And thank you if you're subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. You're one of over 10,000 now. And if you'd like to join us in our little family, please subscribe. And most importantly, share me with your friends on social media. I'm sure they'll like it, and Twitter and Facebook and all that lot. Share me with them and it will do the channel some good. If you want to subscribe and click the bell icon means you'll get notified every time I upload a new video, like Niche now, which is usually about once a week, more if I get time. So there's confusion around you, number 3. This can mean people around you are getting the wrong end of the stick. This man or lady we're looking at could be misinterpreting something that you're saying, or misinterpreting the way that you feel. You may be quite keen, and he or she may be getting the feeling that you're not, and they don't really get it. So I think you need to make things clear for them. If you want to go ahead with it, do so. But if it's someone you already know, I think you need to move the romance, if it's romance, to the next level, as they put it. A daft saying, but they say it, don't they? Move it to the next level. What is the next level? Well, it's like being in a department store. You're going up a floor on an escalator. So move this romance. I think he or she wants you to go on and make this a bit more solid, which is sometimes unusual, because a lot of the time these readings show non-commitment from people, and that's probably why people like to watch these readings, because they want to know if he or she is frightened of commitment or if they're avoiding commitment. But I don't see any disasters here. I don't see another woman or another man. They may be already married. But if they are, you're aware of that. I'm sure you are. They may be living with someone that they're trying to wrestle free from. But it's always difficult. There's always money to consider and children sometimes. But I think you know about that. The reading indicates that you're coming to the end of an era, as I said with this card here. The end of an era, the end of a chapter in your life. It's exciting, number 3. It's wonderful, because you can put all the rubbish behind you now. You can't change it, but you can let it go and look forward to something exciting, especially with this man or lady, if it's a romantic thing. As I said, it could be a relative. It may not be a romance we're looking at, but whatever this person is feeling for you is genuine. I don't think there's any dodgy goings on. It would be all over the reading if there was. Any dodgy goings on around you is from someone else, depicted by the Moon card. Excuse me, once again from the Major Arcana. It often means if you're a girl, there can be a nasty woman near you, or more than one. If you're a chap, it's probably going to be a nasty bloke, but it could be a woman, it could be your mother-in-law, it could be your partner's sister, or somebody's ex-wife, or something like that. So there's confusion. Expect the unexpected. Now you may have spotted this one as well. Pentacles. In an ordinary card deck, it's the Ten of Pentacles. If in an ordinary deck of cards, they would be diamonds. And diamonds are a girl's best friend. This card means there's money coming. And it can be a substantial amount of money. So stick around for my lucky numbers for you. As I said, they were chosen by me with my spirit guides just before we started filming this afternoon here in beautiful North Devon in England in the UK. If you haven't been to Devon yet, come along, you'll love it. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. Now, so where are we now? We have a lady in spirit with you. Your life's about to speed up. A lot of you are travelling, number 3. Let me know about it if you are. I think things around your work are taking off as well if you're working. If you have a career problem, it should be getting better, but there is confusion around you. So it can mean that people are getting the wrong end of the stick, and it could be you. You could be misunderstanding, misinterpreting things, especially if this person we're looking at is linked to your career. Okay, let's take a look before your lucky numbers at some oracle cards. I'll go back to this Ten of Pentacles. It can mean richness, that you're going to become rich. And I often say richness is usually in there, not in your wallet or your purse, but it can be money. I've got to say that richness is predicted, number 3. Please let me know if you win the jackpot with my lucky numbers. I hope you do. The first oracle card, we'll do 4 of these, then your lucky numbers, is an air card. These have all been shuffled. A circle of clouds in the sky. That's got Photoshop written all over it, hasn't it? This one says to you, what you are feeling isn't fear, it's excitement. Embrace it. So are you frightened of moving into this, to a romance more deeply with this person? Because this person wants to know. They're ready. They're ready, number 3. They want to know what you're feeling. You're watching this, asking what they're feeling. They're feeling, let's get on with it. That's what they're feeling. So, what you're feeling isn't fear, it's excitement. Embrace it. It backs up what I've told you all along. The next one is an earth card again. Well, it was an air card. This is an earth card. Someone lying on the floor, taking a photograph up through the trees, I think. This one says, time in nature will help you find the answer to your problem. Do you have a problem that you need the answer for? Go for a walk in the country if you can. If you're near the coast, walk on the beach. Time in nature. Take the dog for a walk, maybe, if you got one. But spend some time in nature if you can. If not, if you live in a block of high-rise flats, and lay on the couch and imagine walking along the beach or through a woodland, somewhere beautiful, and make it as real as you can. Spend time in nature, even if it's only in your mind, and it will help you. Trust me, let me know in the comments below. It will help you find the answer to your problem or problems. So let's, I still need them, don't I? It's an air card. Getting forgetful in my old age. This one now, you're above the clouds. Looks like a pathway leading down. Stairway from heaven instead of to heaven. This one says to you, number 3, distract yourself with creative pursuits and the inspiration you seek will find you. It's telling me here all over this that there's something missing, isn't there? You're looking for something. And I think a lot of you, number 3, are looking for true love. Distract yourself with a creative pursuit, and the inspiration you seek will find you. Learn photography, learn a musical instrument, get a dog, get a pet, maybe a horse or something, but distract yourself. You may not go to those extremes, but that's what it's saying to you. You're looking for something that I think is an emptiness for some of you, and I think it's love that you're looking for. And I think this man or lady knows that, and they're ready. Trust me, for most of you, they're ready. Let me know in the comments. Last one's an earth card. Somebody has been walking in the desert, by the looks of that. Then there's two of them. Could it be you and your lover? Two sets of footprints. Have another look at that. Two sets of footprints there, look, in the sand. This one says, put your needs first for a change and things will become more clear. I always say it's bad grammar. Things will become clearer, I think. Put your own needs first for a change. This tells me you're always thinking about everybody else before yourself. And things will become clearer. It's all telling me here, the oracle cards, that you're searching for something, and that's what the reading all over says to me. And I think the person, if it's a person you're searching for, is right under your nose, and I think it's the man or lady that's the reason you're watching this video. I hope it is, and I hope you're enjoying it. And now I'm going to give you 6 numbers that could change your life forever. You may only want to use a couple of them. You don't need all 6. You may want all 6, but we'll see. They may be familiar. There may be birthdays or wedding days or anniversaries, car number plates that you've had, houses, addresses you've lived at. They may mean nothing at all, but they're important, and they could change your life. This time next year, you could be a millionaire. So, the first number, number 3, is, if you've got a pen, you might want to write them down or stop the video. Number 1, number 12, 32, 34, 42 and 46. Do they mean anything? Do they ring any bells? Let me know down there in the comments. I'll answer all my comments. I'll give them you again. Number 1, number 12, 32, 34, 42 and 46. These numbers could change your life forever. Casinos, lotteries. Remember, if you're going to gamble with my numbers, please do it responsibly. Don't get yourself into trouble, or any of us into trouble, because it's important that you're careful. So, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share me with your friends. Let me know if you can do that. And click the bell icon and subscribe, and you'll get notified every time I upload new videos, usually about once a week. And thank you so much for joining me here in beautiful Devon. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember number 3. Think lucky, and you'll be lucky. Think love, and you will be loved. And I love every one of you. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Hello again, thank you for staying with me. If you chose number 4, this one is for you. And this, as I said I think earlier, is a timeless reading, which means that you can find it today, next week, next year, or 10 years from now. It makes no difference. And you'll find the reading when your spirit guides want you to find it. And today, number 4, you chose these 8 cards from hundreds on this table. So there will be a message in here for you somewhere. It may not all resonate with you. Take in what does, ignore what doesn't. Or choose another deck. You can have all 4 if you want. You can have 2 or 3. But at the end of each deck, I'm going to give you 6 lucky numbers that could change your life forever. Stick around for your lucky numbers. Chosen by me just before we started filming today with my spirit guides. And they're waiting for you at the end of this reading. And we also do some oracle cards near the end to see if they back up what I'm going to tell you now. And this is called, what is he or she really think about me now? What does he really think about me now, or what does she really think about me now? A reading I do every month or so. It's been about 6 weeks since I did this one, because everyone loves this one. And it's all psychic readings, well, nearly all psychic readings are about love anyway. but it may be a friend at work, it may be your dad or your son or your brother or sister. It doesn't have to be about a lover. So what is he thinking about me now? I'll tell you the negatives first, and it looks as though I don't see many negatives here at all. It's not a reading overflowing with love, but there's not many negatives. I think you've got a bit of stress, and I think that you need to sort that out. But to me, I'm picking up that your person, he or she, may be dominated or advised by somebody older. Could be a mother figure or an older lady. It could be an older man, but I think it's a woman, and she can be a bit bossy and stroppy. This person, I think, is capable, whoever he or she is, of doing anything. I'm not seeing this as a soulmate thing, but as I say so often in these readings, soulmates are quite rare. Your brother or sister can be your soulmate, and everyone thinks they're with their soulmate, but they're not that common really. Doesn't mean you can't be with a true love, of course. But to me, this person, I think, it's almost the same as the reading I did a few minutes ago. They seem to be hanging on for your every word. I think they're very keen on you. And I don't think they're up to any bad things. There's no bad stuff going on. But it seems to me, number 4, that you're worried about this person. And I think this person is worried about you. And I can't see any reason for it. So there's something wrong with this. I think there's misunderstandings here. And I think if you're distant, then there's no reason for it and you should be together. And it seems to me that the two of you are about to get exactly what you deserve. So if this is a lover, then they're coming forward. If you allow them to. You're seeming to be a bit hesitant, and I don't know the reason why. It seems to me that this person wants to go ahead with you, and I think some of you may have known this person in the past. Not all of you, but some of you, this person's coming back, and you may have had an affair with this person before, many years ago, some of you. Or you may have known them years ago and wish that you had have done, but the timing was wrong. Maybe you were married to somebody else. But to me, this is all opening up for you, so I've got to tell you positives, because I can't see many negatives. You've got some karma coming, which of course can be negative if you've been naughty. It means you pay for the bad things you've done. But once again, I think your karma is good. So things are looking good, number 4. I'm picking up that somebody is worried about you as well. So are you having problems that your mum's worried about, or your sister? It looks like a lady is concerned about you and your circumstances now. As I said, I don't see you like soulmates. I often say I don't see you like Romeo and Juliet, but as I always say, they got killed anyway. But I don't see any reason why you can't make it like that. I think you both want your heads banging together, you and this person, if it's a love thing, because you need to get this sorted out. You've got a good thing going on here if you want it. And I think for some reason, you're putting it off. Both of you probably. And you're waiting. And nothing's happening. And you need to make it happen. That's what this reading is telling you. Get it moving. On a separate subject, well, it's not a separate subject really, but if you've got competitors for this man's attention or this lady's attentions, if you're battling for him with an ex-wife or another girl or another chap, then you will win the battle. That could be what it is that I'm missing. There could be some kind of competitor in this, and you're having to fight against their feelings for this person and this person's feelings for them. So that's maybe what I'm missing, and that's what I think it is. If that is the case, let me know down below, because it's interesting. If the case is that you're having to fight for this person, then you, if you want to, number 4, if you want to, you will win this fight. And you're asking yourself, do I need the aggro? Is it worth all the bother? I've been hurt before, I'm fed up with it. I think it is worth the effort, because I think you two could be special. If it's a love thing, as I keep saying, it may not be a love thing. This may be a relative or someone at work that you're concerned about. But this person, if they are tied to someone else, their feelings for you, if they have them, are genuine. There's no skullduggery going on in this reading. And believe me, there would be. There would be indeed, and you would know about it. So if they're married already, and they're telling you, well, we're not close anymore, we just live in the same building, for instance, then I believe they're telling the truth, which is sometimes hard to believe. But there are occasions when that happens, when couples split up, they stay in the same property because of financial things and children and that sort of thing. And then their intention to leave is real, but it just goes on and on and on. They never leave. So I don't think there's any nasty going on or skullduggery or bad stuff. I don't think you're being duped or tricked. But I do think that you need to be assertive now, number 4, and make something headway with this. Otherwise, you two could lose each other, and that would be a shame. Somebody's worried about this bloke or this girl, and somebody's worried about you as well. So you're both creating, it's probably a relative of yours that's concerned about you, number 4. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. But you've got the Judgment card here, as you may have seen, from the Major Arcana. Judgment means exactly that. You're going to be judged. You're going to get what you deserve. So if you've been a bad, naughty person, you're going to pay for it. If you've been good, rewards are coming your way. And I believe you've been good. And as I often say, it also means that if anyone's been bad to you, then they're going to pay for that. Even if it was many years ago. And it's got a lady here. This is the Queen of Pentacles. You look at her, she's well seated, that's the word. She's financially independent. She may be married with a husband, but if she wasn't, she'd be okay. She's financially seated. Am I picking up you, number 4, or is it one of your friends or relatives? If it's a friend or relative, this person is important. They're a good friend. They're not naughty or deceitful or tricky or gossiping about you behind your back. This is a good lady, and she's successful. She's materialistic, not in a bad way, but she is. And she cares about you. I'm picking up now that the man we're looking at seems to be quite a clever person, if it's a man. It could be a woman, you could be a man watching this looking at a girl, of course. If it's a love thing, number 4, this is a clever person. They may not be university educated, but they're clever. They're wise. They're streetwise, probably the right word. They've got a laid-back attitude, which is brilliant, because you'll like that. I think when they see you getting stressed as the future unfolds, they will be a very calming influence upon you. This is a person that has the knack of being successful with it when he or she seems to put in hardly any effort at all. They're good at what they do. They could do anything and be good at it. They could start to learn a musical instrument and learn it in weeks instead of months or years. They're clever, they're gifted, they're laid back. They're laid back so much they're almost horizontal. Is that the person we're looking at, or is it someone you know separately to that? Let me know in the comments. Watch out for, on separate subject, a possible job offer coming your way, or you may be offered something new in the place you're already working at. That tells me that you're quite skillful as well, number 4. But to me, it seems that you're waiting around, you're hesitant, you're indecisive, and I think it's time now, and I mean now, not in 10 years or 10 months, for you to make some decisions with this thing and make headway. If it's complicated, and I know it probably is, let me know in the comments, or you can email me, and I'll put my website address below for you. But to me, I think you're dithering around, probably both of you if it's a romance, and as I said, you want your heads banging together really, because you could be missing out on time that you could be really happy and really enjoying each other's company. And it's a long-term thing. I don't think this is a 3-week romance. This could be the big deal. It could be someone, as I mentioned, that you knew before, or that you fancied before, maybe when you were at school. It could be someone you've known for many years. It could be someone you're already married to, and you need to sort it out and get the romance going again, light the fires of passion. Let's see if the Oracle cards back up what I've told you. These cards often do back up what I've told you, but sometimes they disagree. We'll see. And they've been shuffled, and this one, there's 4 of these. This is an air card. Fluffy pink clouds like candy floss. In America, cotton candy, I think you call it. This one says to you, number 4, each thought leaves an echo. Keep yours positive only from now on. Each thought that you send out to the universe leaves an echo. Keep them positive. You need to be positive. It's backing up what I've told you. You need to be positive about this man or lady. That's what they're thinking. This man, the question is, the reading is called, what is he thinking about me now? They're thinking the same as I'm thinking, that you're dithering around, and they're as bad as you are, really. But every thought leaves an echo. Keep yours positive. Keep them positive, number 4. And they will bring back good stuff. Let's have another one. This is an air card. Oh, it looks like taken from a balloon or a plane above the clouds. Superb. I'm glad I'm not up there. Anyway, this one says, keep an open mind and heart. A blessing in disguise will arrive any day. So, something's going to show up. And you're going to think, oh no, not that. But it's a blessing in disguise. And it could be this man or lady. Let's just read that again to you. Keep an open mind and an open heart. A blessing in disguise will arrive any day. So don't judge things too hastily, because something really bad may come, and actually it isn't. It's a blessing in disguise. Could be the lucky numbers I'm going to give you in a minute. This one's an air card as well. Oh, that's nice. Thunder and lightning. Looks like over some rocks or cliffs there. This one says to you, let go of negative people. Let go of the negative people in your life. They don't deserve your efforts. So if you're surrounded by negative people, it's right saying let them go. It's not always easy. You may work with them. But if there are negative people around you that you don't need around you, they will bring your moods down. There's no question about that. They can wear you out. Like if you spend a day with them, working with them, it could feel like you've been there a year. So if you can, let go of negative people in your life. Don't hurt anyone or you'll get karma. They don't deserve your effort. That's the message from the spirit world. One more oracle card. It's a water card. Then your lucky numbers. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? A waterfall. Long exposure photography gives the illusion that the water's moving. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. That's this reading, of course. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive. That's what they're all saying, these cards. And follow your guidance. Follow the guidance that you feel inside from your spirit guides. They will guide you. That's why they're called guides. And hope you'll subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and please share me with your friends on social media and all that, and Twitter and all that stuff, Facebook. And if you're subscribed already, I thank you so much. You've joined over 10,000 subscribers now, a part of our little family. So please consider joining. Click the bell icon, that little bell thing, and you'll get notified every time I upload new videos, which is usually about once a week, more if I get a chance, but they do take a long time. And it'd be lovely to have you as a part of our team. But please comment and share me with your friends. And I'm going to give you now 6 lucky numbers that could change your life forever, dramatically for the better. As I repeat, if you're going to gamble with your lucky numbers, do it responsibly. Don't get us all into trouble. So, you may need a pen. These will do. Sometimes they need different classes of these. And you may not want to use all 6. You may want to use just a couple of them in the casino or something, or on a raffle or something. Your lucky numbers are 16, 25, 26, 33, 40 and 48. Do they ring any bells? Birthdays maybe, wedding days, anniversaries, addresses you've lived at, car number plates. They may ring a bell. Let me know in the comments if they do. I'll answer all my comments if I get a chance. They can be time consuming. Give me once again 16, 25, 26, 33, 40 and 48. Chosen by me with my spirit guides just before we started filming this afternoon. I hope that they make you a millionaire, number 4. Let me know if they do in the comments. I promise I won't tell anybody. And it's been so lovely speaking to you from here in beautiful North Devon in England, in the UK. If you haven't been to North Devon yet, stick it on your list because it's gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing if you have or if you do. And remember, number 4, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And of course, I love every one of you. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye.